Hey there, thank you for joining me on episode 127 of the Positioning to Profit podcast. I'm Patty Dominguez, and I'm excited because this is a solo show. I'm going to be conveying the most important message that I can share with you now more than ever, that you absolutely positively have to know if you are seeking to be a successful entrepreneur. Simple as that. I have been doing this long enough to know that there's different patterns, and to be honest, as a mentor of mine says, we are so much more the same than we even realize. And it was really interesting because this story that I am going to share with you on today's podcast episode has everything to do with everything that's been going on and just how it translates to the big opportunity that we have in front of us. Now more than ever, it's just time. So that is the premise of today's show. Before I get into the show, make sure to connect with me on socials. I don't know if you remember, but my Instagram got bombed. I completely lost my Instagram and I had to start over again. It's like, what? After years and years, I think it was like, I don't even remember how long I had my Instagram, but I lost it. But connect with me on Instagram. You can find me at the Patty Dominguez, and I'd be so happy to connect with you. Reach out, send me a DM, slide in my DMs, and then we'll connect on Instagram, because I'm telling you, I lost all of my peeps on Instagram. So looking to regain. Okay, with that, let's get on with the show. Here we go. Hey there, I'm Patty Dominguez. You're about to discover what it means to position your brand and your business to stand out. This show explores the stories of small business owners just like you who are bringing their message out to the world and impacting their tribe. So if you want to take your business to a category of one status, then hang with me, because this podcast shares everything you need to know about how to be more prolific with your brand so that you can have more profits. All right, on with today's show. One of the most important things that you can do that I'm going to share with you that to me is going to be hopefully an eye-opener for you. I've gone through those really powerful moments that have shown me of how I know that I am on the right track. I know that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing in life. It's really powerful for me. So I'm sharing something with you that I shared in my community, the amazing community Prolific Cafe. Is today I had to run some errands. I went to Costco and I was shopping at Costco, throwing things in my cart and just marveling at the fact that I know for me, my food bill has gone up considerably, right? Everything going on, hyperinflation here in the United States. And as I was hearing even people commenting like, oh, everything's so expensive and this and that, people are just in that mode talking about the price of gas, the price of food, and all these things. It does a number on you in that it's important to recognize where your focus is. And in that moment, as I was adding these things to my cart, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in gratitude. I'm going to really be thankful, because I know that there's other people that don't have the ease of being in that space where they have food that they can count on, right? With everything going on. So it was really interesting, as you may, I'm sure already know, that at Costco, they have those kind of little kiosk stands where people who are employees there, or they are people who hand out samples of a featured product. And as I was turning the corner and headed into an aisle, I was stopped by one of the sampling people, and he said, hey, do you want a sample? It's really delicious. It's tuna. So I was like, all right, I bite. I love good tuna or whatever. And I, just started chit-chatting with him. And I was just telling him, I'm like, thank you for being so friendly. It's just so nice. Because here in Illinois, where I live, they have stopped the mask mandates. And so there's a lot of people who are not wearing masks. There's others that are. It's all good. Whatever is your choice. But it was just really nice to see people smile again. So I was thankful for that. And I let him know. And he was super friendly. And as I was talking, the person that was standing next to me, a customer, reached out, got his sample. And as I was talking to the sample man, let's call him the sample man, the customer reached out again and was eating a few of them. And I was like, oh my God, like, have you been in that space where people take instead of just the one sample that you should take, kind of the unwritten rules, he took like 3 or 4 samples. But he was very kind. The customer said, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it." And then off he went. So I asked Sample Man, "Hey, Sample Man, so do people really just abuse, or tell me a good story?" I love a good story, y'all. If you're listening to this, I love a good story. So he was like, "Oh yeah, people do all kinds of stuff." He's like, "But I got to tell you, this guy, the one that you just saw, he comes in here every single day, every day." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, he comes in here every day, 2 times a day, and he brings a little brown bag because he is going through some really hard times with everything going on, and he brings back some food for his wife. I guess his wife is ill." So that really just impacted me. I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so, I had no idea," right? We don't know what people are going through. And anyway, as I started chatting with Sample Man, and he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, all of these things, you really start to see the wear of everything going on people's, it's on their face, everything that we've endured over these past 2 years because of the pandemic and all these things that are happening in the world. You will agree, I'm sure, that it's crazy times." And in that, the Sample Man was making note of the fact that we just don't know how much the impact all of this is having, economically. Of course, we're in this hyperinflation and people are talking about it. Politically, whatever you believe, it's like there's people that are so divided. Socially, people are so divided more than ever. But what was really interesting, he said, "Hey, listen," he's like, "I'm an older guy." He said, "I'm in my late 60s. And as I look at the people when I'm here at this work, I see the same weight of the world on the faces of whether you're a senior citizen, regular people, single people, divorced people, children. This is weighing really heavy. And of all the problems that are the heaviest, that is just," he said, "going to take a major toll long term is on the mental health side." And I said, "Yes, I couldn't agree with you more." And he said, "What we really need are healers that can heal the world. That is what we need now more than ever." And I totally agree. But what was really interesting to me is I had heard that before, right? I've heard this call to action that it's incumbent upon us entrepreneurs that are solving problems in the world to heal the world. And so there was something about the way that Sample Man said this that really left an imprint on me. I'm going to be really honest with you. I got choked up because I was like, "Oh my God, like this is so important. I have to relay this to you. If you're listening to me, I beg of you, all of the bullshit that bogs you down, that keeps you stuck, that has you playing from a lower space, right? When you're fear, uncertainty, comparisonitis, self-doubt, self-judgment, procrastination, which is just an example of fear, all of these things that are keeping you stuck, please decide that you're not going to play there anymore. Reach out, find the support that you need, because if you have the calling to put yourself out into the world as an entrepreneur, it's because you have a solution to share. And as I have said before, it is your moral responsibility to share it when you know that you can help someone. So I walked away from that exchange in gratitude. I said to him, "Thank you so much." I had a really great conversation. He had to keep, passing out samples, but it really left me thinking. And I even shared it in my community. I said, "Ladies, you don't understand how important this work is now more than ever. Each of you has so much to share with the people that you intend to serve. It's such important work that we do. And in our community, we have all types of entrepreneurs. We have lawyers, we have surgeons, we have teachers, coaches, therapists, hypnotists. I mean, everything under the sun. They're business coaches. There's all kinds of women that all have a very important solution to share. And so my role in that is helping them to clear the space so that the message is clear, so that it's translatable, so that it connects, so that it leaves people saying, what? Tell me more. This is important. This is your work. And so it's just really left an imprint on me now more than ever. With everything going on, you see how the world is shifting and changing. People need healing. And so entrepreneurs, we provide solutions. We offer solutions into the marketplace. And so with that, I want you to understand that if you're hesitating on putting your product or service out there, if you're in your head about it, decide to let go. Decide that your ability to heal is more important than the noise in your head. Is more important. It is more important because we sit there and we talk about, oh, wouldn't it be great? Or I imagine these things. And so it's this moment where you get to decide, do you want to help people? How passionate are you about helping people? Or do you want to stay in your bullshit? Because it's either one or the other, but you can't have both. And I've said it before to clients, and I've said it before to people in our community, and it's just like, I'm going to repeat it again. And I really want you to hear me this time because it was so impactful, right? That man that was collecting samples to take back to his wife, it's like, he's hurting. And they're going through some rough times, and all these other examples of people, all ages, all people from all corners, they're all in that space where it's time to focus on how we can support, how we can heal. And if you're doing that already, keep doing it. Do it. You're on the right path. It's just so fulfilling when you can create that impact. You know you're in the right space, just like I know I'm in the right space. It's so fulfilling. There's nothing like it. It's better than any drug out there, better than anything, is when you can serve people and you can impact people in your way, adding value to the world. There's just nothing like it. So I just want to share that with you. When I say, whether you open my emails or you hear me on my podcast and I say your message matters, that's what I'm talking about. Your message on how you can add value, how you can provide a solution as an entrepreneur, how you can heal those who you are intending to heal, that matters now more than ever. Like, you can't even imagine how much it matters. So with that, I'll get off my soapbox because I really wanted to share this story with you that left an imprint on me, and I hope it's getting your wheels turning on what's possible when you decide to let go. When you decide to let go of the things that no longer serve you, of the noise in your head that keeps you in a space where you're playing small. Really, it's time. It's time to let go. All right, so with that, reach out. Connect with me on Instagram. I think I said at the beginning of the show, I'm like, my Instagram, I lost it all, so I'm starting from ground zero, and that's okay. Everything happens for a reason, but I'm happy to connect with you. If you are looking for community support, accountability, and a magnificent community, connect with me. I can share more. It's prolificcafe.com, prolificcafe.com, and I'm happy to support you on this journey. It's an honor to have you listening to this because it's important. It's important work. We're all doing our work. And so I am very much in gratitude for this time that I get to spend with you. And with that, thank you so much for checking out the show. Reach out. Let me know how I can help because your message matters. Hope you have a great one. Thank you. Hey there, thanks for checking out this episode of Positioning to Profit. Please leave a review if you have gained a benefit from this episode. I appreciate it greatly, and I will give you a shout out on the show as well. I so appreciate the ratings and reviews. Okay, also for the positioning extravaganza, head over to positioningtoprofit.com. There's lots of goodies over there. It's a treasure chest of freebies as well as beautiful courses that will help you to establish your category of one and move your brand forward. And again, connect with me over on socials or on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm on the socials, so I hope to connect with you there, and I look forward to catching up with you real soon.